It's deprogrammed. My name is Justin, and I'm a pretentious jerk that's about to talk to you about music. Oh, can you hear the pretense in my voice? It's wonderful. Today we're talking about the Toadies. But first, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, as the Road Dogg once said, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider going to patreon.com/ohhijustin, where for $1 a month, you can support my dreams. I'm going to leave it at that. You get a ton of stuff. It's a lot of audio stuff right now, but you get a ton of stuff. And it comes right to your eardrums. All you have to do is push play. I mean, when you accidentally hit the thing, you might as well.
When you go there, just go there.
It becomes an instrument at that point.
You go all out. It's there's a cat in the piano, and I don't know why.
I actually just turned the spring tone from my old boom arm into the notification sound for my calendar.
Nice.
Bong.
That voice you hear is Jody. Jody, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm in this weird place with these weird people, and it makes me feel comfortable.
Hey, so it can't be all that weird, can it?
Oh, no, it is.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And, of course, the other voice you heard, Jennie.
Hello?
I'm glad to have you two back on the show.
Yeah, it's great.
I like the way we gel together.
Yeah.
A little bit squishy.
Unlike some person who seems to think they are the only good person on the show ever.
Me.
Dudes. I love you, Fredo. I'm just messing with you. Though he did sort of say that today when he called me.
It doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
So we're talking about the Toadies today, and I love these episodes. It's only happened, technically, Phoenix with you and I, Jennie. Mm-hmm. And Super Drag was the first one where this is a full-on discovery for all three of us.
Well, you did Not a Surf also, right?
Not a Surf was technically not a full-on discovery because I was way into high-low and then The Weight is a Gift. So I had 2 albums under my belt before going into the band. But I think John was pretty new to Not a Surf when I did that show. So he was new to the band. I was semi-familiar. Whereas the one song for the Toadies, I knew the one song and that's it.
Yeah, I think that fits a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like I knew that I knew 2 of them.
Right.
Possum Kingdom and I Come From the Water. And in listening through all of them, I realized that I was at least vaguely familiar with a couple of others and just didn't realize that was the Toadies.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Actually, I think the one that I'm going to lead off with is possibly my favorite in this whole discovery. I feel like I heard, we'll get into that when we get into the songs, but it's weird. This band, for me, seems like they fit comfortably in the Justin pocket. Mm-hmm. Right, it's a very 90s sound.
Definitely.
Let's be real. And normally I take a 90s band like that sounds like that and go, yeah, that's me. Yep. And I love everything they do. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say it was as low as 50-50, but there's definitely songs I hear and I'm like, oh yeah, give me that, more of that.
Yeah.
And then there's songs that I'm like, okay.
I am 100% on the same page with you on that. I was actually like slightly disappointed because as I was listening, I realized that I had either myself or my dad had the first album back in the day. Yeah. And I was somewhat familiar with some of the songs on that. You know, it was kind of coming back to me. But as I listened to the rest, I was like, I don't know. Like some were 100% favorite of all time songs. And then it was like, nah.
Well, usually I have to really rack my brain as I'm going through the second time to make cuts. I didn't find it as hard this time. I feel like I did pull, I think it was like 33, 35 the first time, which is pretty typical. The cuts were actually relatively easy. How did you find the cuts, Jody?
Well,
because
my initial pass generated less than 40, which is unusual for me.
Yeah.
For that many albums, I usually will get somewhere in the mid to high 40s for that many albums. And I got under 40. I was like 38, I think, 37, something like that. And then I didn't actually find that I had difficulty until I got down to 25.
Okay.
At 25 is where I started having problems. But yeah, until I hit then, it was just like, okay, yeah, I like the song, but
there's a lot where a lot of the songs they just kind of run parallel.
Yeah,
it's like
they have a lot of stuff that is similar enough to the other things. It's like, okay, I like it, but there's 4 more other songs that have this tone to it and use this kind of guitar effect, and the drums work this way, so I don't have to fight for one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that'll do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think you nailed it right there. That'll do. Like, I think that, and that's not a knock at the Toadies at all, because overall this was a really good discography.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it was 50-50, that's still good odds.
Yes. Yes.
It's just usually I find, especially when this is a sound that is Justin through and
It
through.
should be 100%.
Yeah. So it'll do.
Yeah.
is what I'll say about the Toadies too.
I had a similar problem, but I kind of approached it a slightly different way, because I found that the songs where I really liked them and I feel like they really found their groove, they had, his voice was just perfect for that song. I gravitated more towards those, and I didn't care if they ran parallel. A little bit of spoilers, but I wasn't quite as choosy between songs that kind of sounded the same, because I was like, this is what they sound like. This is what they do good at.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm going to listen to.
Mm.
So, this was the first one that I had to do after Spotify was blocked at work.
Yeah.
And that's usually where I do most of my listening, is I'll put it on and listen to it for 8 hours in the day, and just kind of every song that catches my attention, I drop it in a list. When I can't do that, like, I kind of crammed it all in the past couple of days between being sick and everything else. It was like, okay. And I just, everyone that I kind of like, that I was like, fuck yes. That was the approach I took, was if I listened to it and I said, fuck yes, it's on the list.
It's on. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was actually very, very easy to put my list together like that. And I wasn't too choosy once I had that. I got to 20 and I was like, yeah, I'm good with this. I like all these songs.
Some bands are that way. And the Toadies, again, it'll do. That's exactly, I kind of wish I would have waited last minute with the Toadies, because I don't want to say I wasted my time. Again, it's a good discography. It was well worth my time. But I kind of wish I would have just done it in a day or two instead of over the course of like a week, and giving it more thought than it really kind of needed, because they are what they are, and it's very good. I don't think I had to waste as much mental energy as I did on this band.
Yes.
And that's not a bad thing.
That's true.
Sometimes I need that.
Right.
and I wish I would have approached it that way this time. Here's another thing. So initially, as I'm listening through this, again, fits comfortably in the Justin pocket, or you would think. And I definitely, as I'm listening to Rubberneck, because 2 years ago at this point, the Toadies came with Local H.
Yeah.
Local H hits the stage first, and I'm like, all right, peace, I'm out. So as I'm listening to this first record, I'm like, oh, dude, what did I blew it. I should have stayed. I started talking to somebody on Twitter who suggested, because I always ask, what do you guys think? What are the Toady songs that need to be here? And somebody just suggested the entire Rubberneck album, which isn't helpful to the conversation, but at least it starts another conversation. And he said, you know what? You didn't really miss anything. I was like, okay, well, I saw Local H, they ruled, and there was no topping them that night. And that's the main reason I left. But he said, they're an album band, which, yeah. So now I'm like, oh, okay.
I can actually see that, because one of the criteria that I use, generally speaking, when I get down to the last 5 or 6 I have to cut, is production value. And even with Rubberneck, they're coming out of the gate, the production is good across every song, and they take advantage of stereo separation on every song. So I was like, yeah, I could see them not really coming across as well live.
There's the one song, and I can't wait to see if it comes up in conversation, because we'll wait to see if it comes up in conversation. I don't want to get there yet. So the name of the game is Deprogrammed. The three of us have each combed through what did we decide it was? 6 albums.
6 albums. Yeah.
Technically, it was 7, but one was like an acoustic album.
It's like best of remixes.
Yeah, and it's interesting because a couple of the songs I have because I actually listened to the entirety of Heretic.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
Because
I did not.
Because the original releases of those songs didn't really grab me.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
But the versions on Heretic did.
Huh. Well, now I made a mistake.
I would go back at some point when you have the time and just want to listen to listen's sake and listen to the whole
That
thing.
kind of happened to me as well. I think it was about like the 5th song or so that I was like, wait a minute, I know I've heard these before. And I look back at my list and I was like, yeah, I've already got this song. But hearing it again on Heretic, I kind of like skimmed through and I was like, yeah, that one caught my attention a little bit more the second time. So it kind of brought me back to some of the other, the originals.
I think in this case, since the both of you actually listened to all of Heretic, I only listened to.
Well, I listened to like half.
Quote.
I listened to like half. I realized what was going on, and then I kind of skimmed through it just to see what was going on. And I listened to there was a couple of original tracks, and there was a cover on there. So I listened to the new tracks as well. So I mean, 60%.
If you have stuff from Heretic, we'll consider the song the same, and then come conversation part, we'll decide which one gets in. So we've each pulled 20 tunes that we are now going to bounce off of each other and try to put together a top 10 starter kit for the Toadies for you. We've done all the work, is what I'm saying. We've done all the work, and we're going to give you 10 songs that you should listen to that'll hopefully get you into the Toadies. It's that simple. All you have to do is push play and listen to what we're saying. I mean, God, we're so pretentious.
Well, they're already listening to what we're saying, aren't they?
I guess if they're hearing my voice right now, then yes.
Yeah.
But are they really listening? Patreon.com/ohhijustin. If you're really listening, then you're going to go there. Ha! See?
Subliminal messages.
Yeah. Of course, if you're listening there already, then I don't know what's going on.
Pat myself on the back. Here's $1.
All right, I'm coming out hot here because this song, I already alluded to it earlier. I swear I heard I've heard in a movie. Mm-hmm. It has to have been in a movie. And then I thought initially that was the only reason I wanted to keep it. And then I listened to it again. I'm like, no, it stays. And then I listened to it on the way over here and I'm like, nah, this is in.
Yeah.
Backslider. Backslider.
No, I'm sorry. I don't have that one.
That is one of the ones that I pulled off a Heretic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
And I think you're right. I think that actually was in a movie. I don't remember now for sure, but I do remember when I was doing the research after the album that one of their songs was in a movie and one of them was in Rock Band.
Oh.
And I think it was Backslider that was in a movie, but I'm not 100% sure about that.
Okay.
I can picture it's either Adam Sandler or Jim Carrey. It's one of their movies. Like I can almost picture the scene, or maybe it's Tommy Boy. I know I can, like, the scene is like just outside of my periph.
Yeah.
Backslider. All right, so it's in the combo, and then once we get there, we'll decide which one we take. All right, we'll go directly to my left, Jody.
All right. Well, then I suppose what I will do is I will go ahead and just play the one that's sitting in my number one spot. From Hell Below, Stars Above, we're going to go with What We Have, We Steal.
Oh,
I have that one.
good. I do not. All right, so this is how it's going to be.
It is indeed.
Uh-huh.
We're going to do it like that.
We're going to do it
We're
like
going to do it
that.
like this. We're going to do it like that. We're gonna stop. Because
All right.
after that comes a wiffle ball bat. We ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
No, that
time
sounds
for
like
wiffle
sports.
bets. What's a sports ball?
Exactly.
All right, Jennie.
I'm going to start out strong. This is a risky thing to do, but this is the one of all the songs that like immediately became like one of my favorites of theirs. And it's because it's so like melodramatic and kind of like, I don't know how else to put it other than melodramatic. And it sounds like me. Like when you had that topic a couple weeks ago, that was like, what's a song that sounds like you? That would have been in the running.
Mm-hmm.
And it's from Hell Below, Stars Above, whatever, Pressed Against the Sky.
Oh, no.
Let's see here. Did that survive?
I can't wait to just start out with a swing and a miss.
Whoosh.
That was one of my last cuts,
Oh.
I think. Let me confirm that. Going blind is a bitch. Let's see. Yes, that was one of my last cuts. That was in the last 5 I sliced out.
I had a feeling that if I started out with like one of my favorite ones.
Never start out with a favorite because you always get your heart
I haven't
broke.
done that since the very first one, the Foo Fighters episode. Yeah.
That's why.
That's why. I don't care.
I don't care. I don't care.
It doesn't bother me. It's okay. I'm not crying.
Like I said, that's the one that, like, as I was listening to the album through the first time, that one jumped out to me 100%. I was like, this is, I hope they're all this great.
And then they weren't.
They weren't.
All right. Well, I'll stay on the same album. You guys are there. I'll go there. And actually, I'm going to go title track, Hell Below, Stars Above.
That was kind of a late cut for me.
No.
All right. Well, I'm going to give it a little bit of love then, since it didn't make the cut. Initially, I thought, because it comes in like pretty punk rock. It comes in pretty heavy and fast. And there's even parts that are like just big choral arrangements.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, I'm into this. When it hits the switch is when it made it for me, because initially I was just like, I kind of like this, and I'll let it linger around. The second time I came through, when it hit the switch, I'm like, yeah, like it's 2 different songs with the same thread. Yeah. And I like that. So
see, I think that may be one of those things where I didn't give a lot of songs enough chance. Like, if it didn't really catch my attention the first time, if I skimmed through it a second time and it still didn't catch my attention, it just kind of like, it's gone. Yeah.
Believe me.
That was like number 22 or so. And I was like, oh, wait, I caught this song. That's in,
If anybody here knows that sentiment,
you know the struggle.
Me.
Yes.
All right, Jody.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way just because it's going to come up eventually, because it's on my list, because that's how this game works. And I know how you're going to feel about this. I do. But Possum Kingdom is awesome.
You're not wrong.
And so there it is.
I have it.
All right. You know what? I'm not mad. I don't have it. I am not mad at it, because the radio does not do that song any justice.
Right.
No, it doesn't. And honestly, given the story behind the song, the album doesn't either.
Yeah.
Because Possum Kingdom is supposed to be a sequel to I Burn, but it comes before I Burn.
Oh.
Makes sense.
Interesting.
I found an interview that somebody did with Todd, and he said that I Burn is supposed to be about religious fanatics immolating themselves, and that Possum Kingdom, despite what everyone thought when the song came out, is not about vampires. It's about the now smoke remnants of one of those zealots haunting Possum Kingdom Lake, which is a reservoir outside of Fort Worth, looking for somebody to join him.
Wow.
I like shit. I'm down for that story.
Yeah, right.
I just included it because, like, as I was listening back to it, I was like, you know what? Like, I hate to include the big hit.
Mm-hmm.
I just knee jerk reaction. I'm almost always going to exclude it just on principle. But as I was listening to it, I was like, this song is the reason why everybody still remembers it. Like, it still, to me, holds up after all these years. As many times as it's been played out on the radio, I never get sick of listening to it. So
when I listened to it through on the album the first time, and believe me, it actually made my first cut, which again is rare that the hit gets through on the first cut. But I'm listening to it, and like you were talking about before, where everything's kind of separated, and like there's so many more layers on the disc, well, digitally, than you hear on the radio. Yeah. Like the guitars are so much cleaner and crisp, and like it just everything, the way it all comes together. And there's even like a haunting layer of vocals that I never knew were there. And I'm just like walking around going, this is that song I've been listening to forever. Like No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my first pass through for all of these was on my my Bluetooth headphones, which are like 9 years old. So at the time they were top of the line, but that was 9 years ago. And so when I did my final pass through with my Sony cans on my my Focusrite output, and I'm listening to this stuff and going, I already thought these songs were well produced. Holy shit.
All right. Well, it's in the combo, and I am not mad at it.
All right.
All right, Jenny.
Well, since we're on the subject, I Burn.
I do not.
I Burn was also one of the last. Matter of fact, it was when I messaged you guys and told me that I made it down to 20. I made 2 edits after the fact, and I Burn was one of the 2 I took out. And the reason I did it, because after I had the list done, I was listening to it at work on my Bluetooth speaker, which is a mono.
Mm-hmm.
And those two songs I pulled out did not survive as well on as a mono. And I'm like, okay, sorry, no.
Yeah.
Because if you listen to these on a mono speaker or you listen into a car with not a great sound system, they lost their punch. So I swapped them out with 2 songs that I'd already cut out the night before that sounded better in mono. It's like,
sometimes
sorry,
you have to make those kind of decisions. Yeah.
That's the way the game works. All right. Oh shoot, it's my turn.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Let's see where we are on some quote unquote newer stuff.
Okay.
I heard this the first time, and it was the name alone that kind of got me in the hook.
I hope it's the same one that I picked for the name.
Broke Down Stupid.
Yes.
I mean, the song delivers. It delivers in a very Toadies way. But I could not top Broke Down Stupid.
Yeah,
that's just great.
I think I kind of passed over that one the first time, but then when I went back through and I was listening again, I was like, wait, this title's catching my attention. This speaks to me through my soul.
What are you saying?
I'm broke down and stupid.
Oh, okay. No, it did not make it for me, but I definitely did. And yeah, the title was amazing.
Yeah, it's just right on top, right on point. All right, Jody.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go over to Heretics, and I am going to be heretical in your eyes, because not only did I play off of an album we were kind of skipping, I'm playing a cover.
Ooh.
Because Heart of Glass, they did amazingly. I love this version of this song.
I am not going to argue. I don't have it, but I'm not going to argue. It is a good cover.
And I didn't expect either of y'all to have it, but it was one of those ones you put on the list because you want to say it.
Yeah. Yes. And I almost did the same thing. I kind of got to that point where it was like hovering at 23. And I was like, do I want to cut something else to put that in its place just so that I can mention it? And it didn't make the cut, so unfortunately. But they did a fantastic job. I love when somebody does a cover and makes it their own.
Yeah, and this is a very Toadies sounding song. Mm-hmm. And even for being an acoustic song, it's a very Toadies sounding song. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't succumb to your I hate covers because everybody just tries to reproduce.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, they did it their own way, and that's why I loved it. I was like, man, if this wasn't a cover, it might get in. All right, Jenny.
Okay, where am I gonna go?
We need to land some stuff here.
You could go on mic.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
What's a mic?
It's that guy.
So I'm gonna go with one from Play Rock Music, which was actually surprisingly one of my favorite. I don't know if I go so far as to say my favorite albums of theirs, but I liked a lot of songs from this one.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that really took me by surprise as I was listening through their discography is that they really had a desert rock kind of sound. And I did not expect that. And whenever they hit that desert rock kind of sound, I was in 100%. And I chose Rattler's Revival.
That was 28, 25. Yeah. For the same reason, though, because there's a bunch of songs I'm listening to that give me that Queens of the Stone Age vibe.
Yes, it definitely. And it did not make it all the way to the end, but I want to say that was something like 26.
I think at this point, I'm just going to aim for missing on every song that I mentioned. I'm gonna intentionally like choose the random songs that.
But yeah,
that I
there
don't
were a
think you guys
few
are gonna
songs of theirs that I'm like, I could so hear a different band playing this song, and that was one of the ones I thought Queens of the Stone Age.
Mm-hmm.
But they did still sound like Toadies. It didn't sound like Queens of the Stone Age knockoff or anything like that. It was still their sound, and I really dug it.
Yeah,
there's a couple times where they sound like Bobo Soundgarden early on too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't care for those as much. And I'm sure I have some in the list somewhere here, but they kind of sounded like Bobo Clutch a couple times too.
Uh-huh.
Those were hit and miss for me. That was where
that's what Backslider is for me. Bobo Clutch.
I got to find one of my Bobo Clutch songs to mention next, just for that reason.
All right. Well, let me stay on that album, Play Rock Music. We burn the city down because I want to burn the city down.
Any particular city?
No, none really.
How about not the one we're in while we're in it?
Yeah, I guess not. Virginia Beach, you're safe.
For now.
Maybe later, though.
Not only do I not have it, it looks like I deleted it from my list entirely, and
Wow,
I don't know how that happened.
Damn.
I could have sworn I actually had that. You know what? Maybe I like had it on Trello and archived it by mistake and didn't see that I did that.
My guess is that you hated it and you hate me.
There's all this hate in the room, and it's all on that side.
It's fine. I'm used to it.
All right, Jody.
Alrighty. Well, I guess if we're gonna play rock music, then I guess we'll just keep on doing that. What do I want to do off of this one? Because play rock music comprised a large amount of my list. 4 of my songs were from
clearly
there.
played the game wrong.
I think I'm
no
winning
gameplay.
at playing it wrong.
Okay, this one I actually teetered really hard between the one on Play Rock Music and the one on Heretic.
Mm-hmm.
And Heretic almost won the appeal.
Nope.
Sorry.
And I guess it didn't matter. I'm making my appeal here, guys.
Sometimes it doesn't. All right, Jenny.
Well, since I'm apparently the side of hate over here, I'm going to go with City of Hate.
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
And I was all about a city of love.
I felt like that was kind of singing to the Hampton Roads area.
Yeah, that's not unfair. It's not unfair. I did not make it, but it got it. What was it? I think like 29, 28, 29, I think. So it made it through the first pass.
All right, so here's the time because Justin starts freaking out when there's only like 5 in the combo. The NTP.
Is that not to be confused with STP?
Yes, I need to make sure that NTP sticks in my head instead of thinking New Trash Protocol. NTP. I need to think NTP, so I stopped saying New Trash Protocol, which I've now just said twice. New Trash Protocol,
because it's not new anymore, Justin.
It's not new anymore, but maybe it'll
Neither
stay
of those
new
kids
forever.
on the block.
That's true. They're not new. They're really old.
The old ass kids on the block.
Yeah, they old. So if this happens, and we don't quite make 10 to be able to pull from the combo into our top 10, we each get to pull 2 songs out of the trash. One that was on our lists that we would like to be reconsidered, and one that was in either of the panel members' lists that was close for us.
Okay.
In case we need it, because it looks like we might.
It's possible with this band. I can see it happening.
I mean, again, sometimes it's you're just that far off. You never know. There was no gameplay here because it's new to all of us.
Right. And again, like we kind of mentioned at the beginning, there's so many songs that kind of hit the same groove.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys were being more selective about it, and saying like, I want this desert rock kind of sound, and I didn't choose that one,
Mm-hmm.
then we're just we're all in the same place, but not quite right there.
I think in the discussion, I found that we're all in the same place on the band.
Mm-hmm.
Like we all think the same way about the band. It's just which songs.
Right.
So I just kind of resaid what you said.
That's fine. I'm sure nobody was listening to me the first time anyway.
Me too.
I just wanted to remind you that I'm pretentious. That's why I did that. All right, so it's my turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Since we're on the topic of hate, song I hate.
Is there a song that you hate, Justin?
Just the one called Song I Hate. I don't really hate it.
I didn't hate it either, but I also didn't make it through the
It
last.
didn't make it for me.
The line, what is the line? You're the song I hate. And I mean, yeah, it's simple, but like, yeah, I can relate to that. Like, this song keeps coming up, but I can't let it go. Like, it's a good song. You're a good person. You're not a good person, and I hate you, but I can't let you go. So,
Yeah.
Personal attacks right here.
Nah. You the best. All right, Jody?
Nah.
Okay. Let's see here. I'll title track this. No Deliverance.
Oh, nope.
Nope, there's no deliverance.
There's no deliverance.
No. Sorry.
Is that red?
Sorry.
Or is that that's orange?
You and your color code. What is this about?
It separates the albums.
Yeah.
You fancy.
But it doesn't really help because I don't know which colors are which albums.
I had that problem when I was doing the list. I've been sitting here hitting like Control F search the entire time trying to find the song. It's faster.
All right, Jennie?
Okay. I finally found my Bobo Clutch song.
Yeah.
This one's from Play Rock Music. Summer of the Strange.
Nope.
No, that didn't even make it through the first round.
That one was like number 20 for me. Like that was the last one I put. I think I switched out Hell Below Stars Above to put that one in. So winner.
Yay.
I need to start thinking about what I'm pulling out of the trash for NTP. I'm scared, guys. I'm freaking out over here. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we only have 5 in the combo. So
you're freaking out. I'm watching those peaks and I'm freaking out.
Oops. Pull just
probably my fault.
More.
No. It's everybody.
Yeah, we're all doing it.
Doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it. Give a little bit of.
God, we're so pretentious.
So pretentious. Why are we talking about music? Let's. You know what? I got way too much from Hell Below still around, so might as well trot them out here. Plane Crash.
No.
Wow.
That was like 24.
That didn't even make it.
That was one that the listeners put out there too. They wrong.
Yeah, spoilers. I didn't really agree with the listeners as much as the other listeners. But I'm weird. Like, I know that. I feel like that's almost like my role on this show sometimes is like to be the asshole that picks all the songs that nobody else picks. That's what I do. I'm the spoiler.
You're good at it.
Yeah.
You're
Token
nailing
weirdo.
this.
I meant to say I Burn was one of them, and Hell Below Stars Above was one of them out of the ones that we've played so far. All right,
Okay.
Jody.
Is it my turn again?
Yep. Because we are flying through it.
Sweet.
With all these swings.
Yeah, there's that. Okay. So let's do this. This album did not go well for me, honestly. This album, my first pass through only pulled 4 songs off of it. It was not a bad album. It really wasn't, but it was. Yeah, I mean, it was an album. Trust Game off of Feeler.
Oh, Feeler, same thing.
I had the same feeling about Feeler.
Yeah.
It's interesting because apparently so did Interscope Records.
Oh.
When they recorded it, Interscope refused to release it. And when they got signed on to Kirtland Records, Interscope also refused to give them the masters.
Oh.
And so they had to re-record it. They swapped out a couple of songs. Yeah, I mean, okay, Interscope was being assholes by not giving them the masters, but at the same time, maybe they made a good choice.
Yeah. Did not have that. But I felt the same exact way about Feeler.
Yeah.
All right, Jennie.
So nobody had Trust Game?
Nope.
No. Okay.
I trust that I did not.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think I only end up pulling 3 total from that album, like
Mhm.
in all.
Yep.
The first time I went through, like I think I mentioned earlier, I was kind of hitting like the peaks. I was hitting the ones that really, really caught my attention. And the first time through, I only got 1 out of Feeler. And that was Mine. Mine?
Mine?
Nope.
No, it's just yours.
Just yours.
Just
Like,
mine. It's-
Just yours.
Yeah.
Scroll up to Red. I'm glad to, again, like it feels like we're all like in the same place on the band, just different songs.
Yeah. And sometimes it can be just a little thing that hits you different. Like I'm very like lyrical, something I can catch like one snippet of a lyric that hits me in a certain way personally. Could be a complete miss for you guys, you know, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, nope, that was me. Mine.
All right, let me because this is how I feel right now. Let me put my last one from Feeler out there. I'll put the feelers out, if you will.
Yeah.
Suck Magic.
I have that one.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie. The name is what drew me to it. It's a good tune, but it is the name that drew me to it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I was like, oh, this sounds perverted. I'm gonna like it. And it was not, but it was still good. It didn't disappoint.
So like, you suck. Actually, I believe that's one of the lines. You suck.
Suck Magic was the other song that I pulled off after I'd already hit my 20 because it didn't play well in mono.
There we go. There we go. It happens.
It was in my number 20 position, but it was like, this sounds empty in mono.
Yeah.
See, Feeler does that to you. All right, put the feelers out there, Jody. What you got?
I did that already.
Oh,
so now I guess I will go ahead and Rubberneck again. Happy Face.
Yep.
I don't think I have that one. Nope. No, I do not.
I do. It's in the combo.
That was another one of those really, really hard hitting songs.
And then, oh God, what is the line? I'm not going to be your happy face or something like that. And I was just like, yeah, nah, man, I ain't faking this. Get out of here.
I'm done with you. I'm done with this. Fuck off.
It was actually tough for me to pick, you know, and kind of narrow it down from Rubberneck because that album was just really solid.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know, I feel like I need to share the love around. And it wasn't that difficult, but it was just one where I was like very inclined at first to just be like, yeah, this one, and this one.
Yep. I want to say my first go round on that album had like 7. And I was very mindful of, okay, let's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. My first pass through, I think I had like 2/3 of the album on. I was like, hey, we shouldn't. No, I shouldn't do this.
Shouldn't do that.
There are other albums.
All right, Jenny.
Okay. I'm going to go with an album that nobody's mentioned yet. And so I feel like this is going to be another solid miss for me. One of the other things I really liked about them, like when I mentioned that they kind of sound like Bobo Clutch, they just really had like a good, solid, like blues rock kind of sound a lot of times.
Yeah.
And sometimes his voice would be kind of hit and miss as far as like how I felt like it fit with the song. Because he has like a very unique kind of sounding voice. And this song was one of the ones that kind of stood out to me in that sound, the blues rock sound. And it's When I Die.
I got it.
Ooh.
No.
I got it.
I did not.
I really enjoyed the lower side of Uptown. I think arguably probably my second favorite.
I think I tend to agree with you on that.
I feel like I pulled a lot from it, and it's the second most Toadies sounding album, I think. And
it was consistent too.
Yes.
Where like some of the other ones, like Feeler was kind of almost, I hate to say consistently bad, but it was not as good as the other ones. Like Hell Below, it was kind of all over the place. There was just peaks and valleys, but the first one and the last one were just like steady.
Yep. All right. Oh shoot, it's my turn.
Yes.
Here I am about to pass the torch. All right. How about Little Sin? Off of Hell Below.
No, Little Sin was one of the last few I cut.
Well, dang.
It did not make it.
Sorry.
Well, dang. Feeling a little bit better though. Let's
good.
see. We got.
We
Eat
care
through?
about how you feel, Justin.
I hope so. I hope so. That's why you're here, right?
Yeah.
All right, Jody. It's your turn.
Okay. Well, I suppose. Let me do this. I'm going to go ahead and play one of the last 2 that I grabbed off of Heretics. And when I heard this song, I heard what I thought was trying to be talked about. And the more I'm listening to it, I'm going, no, they can't be. No, but no, it is. But it can't be. No, it is. It can't. But no, it is. Jigsaw Girl. No. And I took that off of Heretics.
No, I don't have either version.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
What's the other album it's on? Because initially I pulled it through.
Hell Below.
Yeah, see, initially I had pulled it through, and then I tell me what it's about, because I think that might have been the missing piece.
Okay.
Pun intended.
Yeah. Okay, so Jigsaw Girl is about a fellow that has kept his girlfriend around because he's already cut her up into pieces and keeping her all over his apartment.
Oh,
Oh, a few
And
good
he
songs.
is looking to rekindle the relationship by bringing her back.
oh,
After I heard the song, I'm like, okay, now I got to find out what they were about. And you do some searching, meanings of songs, and you find all these sites where people are talking about, well, it means this, it means that, and people keep going, no, he's talking about mementos, and he wants to try to get the relationship back together. He misses her, and I'm like, no, he's, keep your hand on my nightstand in a box with your love letters.
Mm.
And you're scattered around my apartment, and
it's pretty on the nose.
You're laying, you lay on my bed, a beautiful mess.
Also pretty on the nose.
And it's like, give me a lock of your hair. No, give me your hair. A lock will do. And an old photograph to capture the spirit of you. I keep these things in an old cotton blouse, the one that you wore before our love petered out.
Oh.
And he's talking about performing like some kind of Santeria ritual to resurrect this girl. And I'm convinced this is what this means, despite what everybody's talking about.
See, I would have totally interpreted it as more like, like leaving things, like she's moved out and left like her shirt, or she's left her photographs.
Right. Which is a lot of the
rings or
people that I'm seeing in these forums, that's what they think too. And then I find the YouTube channel of their second bassist. And he has bassist. He has posted a recording from a practice session where they play that song, except when that song was originally done, it had a different title. Happy Voodoo.
Oh, see? That completely changes it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that they changed it because it lets you listen to it and kind of get your own meaning from it and interpret it the way that you want. Like you obviously interpreted it the way that they meant it.
Because I'm a sick and twisted individual.
Well, that's the thing. So like, it actually makes sense because they write a lot of really dark lyrics.
Yeah.
So it does make sense that they would go with that theme.
And it's not the only song they have where he talks about killing his girlfriend so he can keep her.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Send you to heaven.
I wish I would have listened to the acoustic version then, because I probably would have paid more attention to the lyrics.
Right.
I mean, that's gameplay right there. You make the cuts and you don't look back. So
I knew going in I was going to have to, and I generally do anyway, but I knew I was going to have to listen to the lyrics because Possum Kingdom is clearly telling a story.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just a story because it's a song, it's telling a story.
Yeah.
So much so that I went and looked up what it was talking about. And in doing that and realizing where they were from and where they were drawing from, I also realized why I found such a connection with most of these songs. The lead singer, Todd, is from Tyler, which is kind of a farming town, which is just outside of Fort Worth. I lived for a while in Azle, Texas, which is just south of Lake Worth.
Okay.
So I lived 40-ish, 5 minutes drive from where this band is from for a while. So I kind of have a feel for the area.
Right.
And a lot of these songs are like, they're singing about their hometown and the folklore in the hometown and the people and the way life is. It's like, yeah, I get that.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And it's awesome that you get that personal connection with the songs too that we're all missing out on. So,
well, and again, that's kind of speaks to what this show is about to me. Is every band is something different to everybody,
right?
And then when you break it down to the songs, it's even more different to everybody.
Right.
So thank you, Jody.
You're welcome.
Yes,
he's so prepared. All right, I believe we're at Jennie's turn.
Yes, Mrs. Not Prepared. Let's see. Where do I want to go? I'm going to go with So Long Lovey Eyes from
I got it.
No Deliverance.
I got it.
Nope.
That was the opening track, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
it was.
Yeah, I remember
Really
that
good
one
track
like
ones.
really. See, I really prefer their closing tracks. Sorry, just way off mic there. I know you're more of an opening track kind of guy, and I'm closing track kind of person. I felt like all of their closing tracks were like right on. It like nicely wrapped up the album and just put a little bow on top. The opening tracks were kind of hit and miss, but this was one that spot on for me.
Well, taking that, and I believe this is a closing track. Don't hold me to it. Dollskin.
I have that one.
I do as well.
Oh,
Look at that. Look what we did.
One. Finally
We did a
in.
thing.
And I believe that puts,
That makes 10, doesn't it?
I think the No Trash Protocol is out the window. Yep.
Well, now what happens though if, like, say we get to the end and
If we
we
get-
have no albums or no songs from Play Rock Music? Can we say like, hey, we got 3 from Rubberneck? We can swap one out or something, or
We can. I mean, if we feel so inclined. I don't know. It depends. To me, it always depends on the band, depends on the conversation. If I feel like the conversation has gone well enough that we don't need the representation, then we just go.
Okay.
If we as a panel decide, no, we need that representation, then,
Right.
then we can
It's not excessively out of balance or anything. So I mean, I'm not gonna,
we still have
die on that hill or anything.
we still have a good number of songs to go through too.
True.
But
true.
New Trash Protocol, NTP officially out the window. New Trash Protocol officially out the window. I just said it like 3 more times.
Yeah, he did.
On
So
purpose.
pretentious.
So tell me,
So
Justin,
pretentious.
what's the protocol called?
NTP.
Good boy.
All right, your turn, Jody.
All right, let me go ahead and clear out a heretic since you a bunch of heretics don't play heretics. And this is another one of those songs that are kind of personal, at least to Todd anyway. I really hope I'm saying his name right. That's his first name because I swear it is. Tyler.
I don't have
It's
Oh.
the name of the town he's from.
That was in that top or that last cuts kind of thing, like number 26 probably. As I recall, there was something about his voice on that one. Yeah, that's exactly what it was, and that was kind of like a make or break for me. Sometimes his voice be spot on, and sometimes it was like he did like a weird little affectation that I was not really crazy about.
And that's why Tyler didn't even make it on my first pass from its original
Mhm.
release album, but the Heretics version it did.
See.
See? This
Okay.
is-
You know what? As a matter of fact, I think I had the same thing, and I ended up cutting both because I was like, well, if I'm getting rid of that song, then I'm getting rid of that song.
Mhm.
But now that you mention it, I didn't catch it the first time through. I had the Heretics version on my top 26 list or whatever. And then,
Yeah. Tyler, I believe, was the second single, the follow-up,
I think it was.
because there was 3 off of Rubberneck, I
Yeah.
believe. And I think Tyler was and it sounded just familiar enough that I was like, nope.
mhm.
It
I
was
think that was
easier
one
to
that
throw
the
that one
listeners
away.
picked too.
Yeah, like three or 4 people were all about some Tyler. So
That's an interesting one because that one is one of those ones that, like Possum Kingdom, that is based off the folklore of the area that he's from.
Mm-hmm.
There was apparently this story going around that there was a peeping Tom that was terrorizing the area, but he wasn't subtle. This peeping Tom supposedly like made himself known, like everyone claimed to be able to see him and see him around. And in an interview I found where he's talking about this song and writing it, he was talking about how, remember growing up in his home where they would spend evenings, because in farm town, what are you going to do?
Mhm.
Spend their evenings basically telling ghost stories and the like. And most of them were actual local folklore stories that they would take turns embellishing more and more each time they told it.
Nice.
And he was remembering a particular time where he was looking out the window while the story was being told and imagining how cool it would be if he looked out the window and saw the peeping Tom looking back in at him. But at the same time, thinking of the rack of guns that were behind him and going, this guy would have been killed long ago if he really existed.
Mm.
So he's writing this song using this information. And in that same interview, the interviewer asks him, well, what's the deal with the guy rummaging around in the fridge for a beer? And he goes, oh, well, you know how sometimes you write a song, you'll have you'll have a lyric and then you'll have another lyric, but you don't have any way to tie them together. Well, I didn't have any way to tie those two together. Here I am hitting my spring now, Justin, too. Play the springs. So he's like, I can't put those two together, but I'm really thirsty. Let me get up and get a beer. And so the guy got up and got a beer.
There we go. There we go. Sometimes you have to.
Sometimes alcohol is the answer.
Yeah, apparently it was.
All right. Jenny.
Let's see. Where are we going to go? Since I like closing tracks, I'm going to go with Sentimental. Lower Side of Uptown.
No, but that was one of the hardest cuts I had to make. Because I initially just kind of cut it on second go around, and the song kept playing. I'm like, oh, I just made a mistake. Oh, I just made a mistake. Oh no, I just made a mistake. And then I went through my list again, and I was like, well, okay, I think I'll be okay without it.
Yeah,
because
it happens.
Yeah. And I still feel like I made a mistake, just so you know.
Did you make a mistake, Justin?
I made a
I'm looking at my list, I'm like, I could have cut that one and put one of these other songs in, so don't feel too bad.
Well, and that's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, let me I'm gonna bounce this one out here off of Heretics. It's the only one I pulled. Queen of Scars.
Nope.
No.
All right. That's the only original. Well, there was two. New song, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jody?
So this is one of the songs I put back in when I cut 2 out of my 20. It's one of those, like, I didn't want to cut it out. I really didn't. And I was glad that I found a excuse to put it back. Animals.
Nope. Oh no. I have that as like, that was a close pick. That was like basically number 21. Because it had that like perfect blues rock kind of sound that they did very, very well. And that was one of their better ones. Sorry.
Apparently it wasn't good enough for you.
Well, I mean, as I'm looking at this list, I was like, that song there that I put like in the top 20, I could have swapped that one out. Whatever. That's the game.
Again, that happens to me every week. And to be fair to myself, I do have to say this because I like putting timestamps occasionally in the show. Immediately following this episode, I'm recording a Coheed episode. So you'll hear that next week-ish.
It's going to be like 20 hours long.
So I was balancing research for Toadies with research for Coheed, which I don't know that you can find two opposite spectrum bands as far apart as those two.
Probably not.
I mean, the other band that we were all on the same panel together was Massive Attack. I mean, they're not really in the same genre even. So
no. So, my turn. Right?
Yeah.
I got off on this other gimmick.
Look, that's private, Justin. We don't even know about that.
Well, I'm going to tweet about it. So how about that? You know what? It's Nothing to Cry About, and that's the song I'm going to play. Nothing to Cry About.
I have that one.
Yeah, I don't, but it's nothing to cry about.
I'm going to cry anyway. Yeah. So there. All right, Jody.
Okie dokie. Let's see. What do I got left? I'll do this. The only song that actually made it onto my list from Lower Side of Uptown. You know the words.
No.
Nope.
That one did catch my attention.
I don't know.
Really?
Words.
Really?
No, don't know the words.
Don't know the words at all. Lost them.
Yeah.
All right, Jenny.
Since we're on that album, I'm going to close out the selections I have from that album. Holly Jean was the other one.
Nope. All right, let me see if I can get a strike here because
I'm almost out.
Betting at that. Yeah, me too. I'm down to last 5, I think. Yep, 5. You'll Come Down.
I have that one.
Hey. I do too.
Oh,
what?
Wow.
I didn't think that was going to happen at all this show. I really
happened
didn't.
Twice.
Yeah, I know. And both of them from Hell Below, Stars Above, oddly enough.
Yup.
That's crazy talk. All right, Jody.
Let's see here. Okay, last one that I have from Hell Below, Stars Above. Motivational.
Nope.
Because this is just apparently how we roll here.
Yep,
Yes.
that is.
It's motivation for us to play the game better.
Yeah.
All right, Jenny.
All right, I'm down to my last 3, and I don't even have notes on these, so I don't remember why I necessarily chose them.
I like it.
They're just there.
Yep.
They're just there. Away from Rubberneck.
Yup.
I don't have it.
I do.
Scroll up. All right. I have 2 that I know are misses, so I'm going to trot these ones out here. How about off of Play Rock Music, Get Low?
I have it.
Yup.
Hey.
I do.
Oh!
What?
Wow, out of nowhere.
This doesn't usually happen. Usually, like, we'll hit all at the beginning,
Uh-huh.
and then the end is just like miss.
Yep. Miss on the way out. All right.
Making a comeback.
Jody.
All right, let me close out my list for the Play Rock Music. Magic Bullet.
Nope.
No.
Oh, well, that was fun.
All right, Jenny.
And my last song is Mr. Love.
I have that.
Me too.
What?
Oh,
I spent the entire show missing like almost every song, and then the one that is 100%. And that's actually one of the ones that I was like, I could have cut that.
you wrong though. You wrong.
I mean, that's well established.
All right, so I'm gonna just. I know neither of you have both these, so I'm just gonna try to put them both out there. Both of them are off of Lower Side of Uptown.
Mm-hmm.
Take Me Alive and Amen.
Nope.
So, all right,
No.
I am cleared out on my list.
And I only have one left.
All right, you might as well put it out there.
Quitter.
Oh God, that one was a tough cut, but obviously I didn't have it.
Quitter.
I was very much a quitter. All right, I don't need to do anything because it's all cleared out. All right, let me scroll on over here, Jack. We've got Dollskin, You'll Come Down, Get Low, Mr. Love, all the way through. So, man, that went from like nerve-wracking to, okay, perfect.
Yeah, we're getting a good start here.
So we need to get 6 out of 11.
Mm-hmm.
And those 11 are Backslider, and that can be either version. What We Have, We Steal, Away, Possum Kingdom, Happy Face, Broke Down Stupid, When I Die, Suck Magic, City of Hate, Nothing to Cry About, and So Long, Lovely Eyes. I know we talked about not really caring about representation,
Yeah.
but we've already got 2 unanimous from Hell Below.
Yeah.
I feel like we can probably lose What We Have, We Steal.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right. And we already have 1 through from Rubberneck.
I think we could put another one on there.
Oh,
At
absolutely.
least one more.
Yeah.
But there's 4 left.
I think I only had 2 of those. See, I had Possum Kingdom and I had Away. I'm 100%, even though I feel like it was important to mention Possum Kingdom, I'm fine with leaving it out
Mm-hmm.
because I think that most people who are listening to the show have probably already heard it and probably are familiar with it. We've mentioned it. Let's put some other stuff out there that they can, check out.
I'm with that.
Well, I will tell you that the 3 that I am willing to make an argument for, are Backslider, Happy Face, and Away.
Okay. So,
So you're basically same.
same.
And I feel like I kind of missed on Backslider. I would be fine.
Backsider?
Ew.
Shit. Yeah, I don't know why I'm on a podcast today. I don't know how to words at all. Anyways, I'm fine with putting that one through because I remember hearing that one and liking it. Just for some reason, it didn't hit my top 20, and like I know you guys were really on board with that one. So
the question becomes, because we could, in theory here, put through the acoustic version from Heretics of Backslider.
Yeah.
Right?
mm-hmm.
And then still take either Away or Happy Face from Rubberneck.
Just have a little representation.
So, I don't know how you guys feel about that. I wholeheartedly did not. Backslider's a good song. So I imagine it translates well to acoustic. That isn't always the case, but it obviously must have because it grabbed your ear.
I think the main reason why that was one, I actually had both versions on my initial pass.
Right.
The reason I went with the acoustic version is because it plays to the theme of the song. because the guitar is is loosely tuned, so it's got a jangle in it. So it fits that, down in the river, my daddy's baptizing me, expecting to hear banjos in the distance. That whole thing, it fits in that country, rural sounding.
Yeah.
It gave the song an extra dimension.
So how do you guys feel about that?
I'm fine with putting that one through. I mean, I don't remember it specifically, but I take your word for it.
So we'll put the Heretics version of Backslider through. And then that makes the conversation between Away and Happy Face, right? So what else do we got here? Come on. Trello. That puts us at 5. If we pull one more there, that's 6.
I really feel pretty strong about So Long Lovey Eyes.
Same.
Not sure that I have any other ones that I'm like that are in the convo that I'm like willing to kind of fight for.
Yeah.
That's one of them. Because it's a really strong opening track.
Yeah. I'm with let's see. I think I had Away is the only song left that I didn't have. Everything else I had. So I'm pretty easy here. We've got 5 through. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left. So we need to lose 3. So we'll go through this again. Away, Happy Face. Broke Down Stupid, When I Die. Although between the two, I'd probably go Break Down Stupid. Broke Down Stupid, rather. Suck Magic, City of Hate. Nothing to Cry About, So Long Lovey Eyes. Again, between those two, I would definitely go So Long Lovey Eyes. So what if 1, 2? So one of these albums we can take 2.
Okay.
Unless we just don't want to take anything from Feeler.
I feel stronger about City of Hate on that one, but I'm not willing to push for it necessarily.
Same. So Suck Magic can go somewhere, is what we're saying.
Go suck.
Go suck over here. All right. So that makes it a little bit easier. We'll let City of Hate sit around. All right. Do we want both Broke Down Stupid or When I Die? I feel stronger about Broke Down Stupid.
It's almost a coin flip for me. Like, I really like that one, but When I Die, I thought it was probably one of their best examples of the blues rock kind of sound that they do really well. But I think that sound is also represented in some of the other songs on here. Off the top of my head, I don't know which ones. This is where like not having enough time to with the band kind of
gets you. Yeah.
Even though we started talking about this like 2 months ago, and it was my suggestion and all that.
So let's go back to this then. Away versus Happy Face. We can't have both. We can only have one.
Ooh. See, I picked those two for very different reasons.
See?
I think Away between those two.
Okay.
Now I'm a little biased because I had that one and I didn't have a Happy Face.
All right. Well, I had both. If I have to pick between the two, I would go with Away.
All right. I'm with that. Let's go with Away. Push it through. Drop Happy Face.
Bye-bye.
You're out of here.
You're out of here. All right. So we need to lose one more. So we're almost there. Broke Down Stupid, When I Die, City of Hate, Nothing to Cry About, So Long Lovey Eyes. I feel like the conversation here is between City of Hate and Nothing to Cry About.
Well, if it matters at all, I had Nothing to Cry About and didn't even make it onto my list, whereas City of Hate did.
Okay.
Man, that's a really tough one. I really liked City of Hate, but I think I liked Nothing to Cry About more.
Ooh.
Yeah, because that one in my notes I have that it had that desert rock kind of sound, and I feel like that was pretty important to have something like that represented. And I don't think that's really represented in any of the other songs that we have up there.
Doesn't appear so.
No. Shit.
So, well, then is So Long Love Ya? Well, okay. But that's a
No.
great track one. That
That-
ain't going nowhere.
That's a really good song.
Yeah.
That's a really good song.
I'm not willing to back down off of Broke Down Stupid. Mostly because of the name. I mean, it's a great track. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, I think this is probably where it comes in that like people have to listen to the show, not just the top 10 list. They have to listen to the show, listen to what we're talking about, and if that's a song that sounds like that's something that you're gonna like, the one that we ultimately end up cutting. If you like desert rock, if you like blues rock, listen to the song that we end up cutting.
So When I Die is blues, which we don't really have covered, and Nothing to Cry About is desert, which we don't really have covered.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'm leaning towards cutting City of Hate.
I know, right? I know Jody had said it made you said it made your list, ish. But it feels like it's not getting love. It's just kind of there. And it is that album that we all said kind of is just kind of there.
All right. Well, okay. Then let me, if just to give you something, because you two seem to be kind of semi-stuck here.
Mhm.
Let me explain how City of Hate made it and how it left.
Okay.
That's all I have left to contribute to this.
Jody's
I'm gonna
like,
try and
please
save you.
get this over with.
Okay. So, everything gets a once through. With a band like this, I listen to the entire song because lyrics definitely matter with these guys. And I add it or I don't. So if it doesn't make it through first pass, it's not coming back.
Right.
Just done.
Mm-hmm.
So it made through first pass. And then second pass is this good enough to be represented in the first 10 or in the second 10? And of course, those lists can be 15, 20, 30 long, but it's a first 10 song or it's a second 10 song.
Right.
It made it into second 10. But when I went back through to listen to this final that I had to cut down,
Mm-hmm.
it was sliced off while listening. It wasn't being put up against something else to which one should I keep, which one should I go. It just, okay, I listened again. Yeah, you know what? No.
So you're nonplussed.
Yeah.
Then I
mean, if you want to cut it down to something that simple, then sure, I guess we could go with that.
In all honesty, we all kind of said the same thing about Feeler.
Yeah.
And
it ain't feeling it.
No, not at
right?
all.
And I mean, City of Hate is a very fun tune.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the album's good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, all of their albums are well produced. They all have interesting lyrics. The way things are voiced on the instruments are good. All of it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, meh.
I think that the other songs that we have here are better representations of the band.
Yeah.
And that all the other albums are better representations of the band as well. So we'll drop City of Hate because at this point we have to.
Look, Interscope dropped it.
Yes, they did.
I think that's an important point. The record label didn't even want to produce it. They're like, no, we ain't feeling it either.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm putting all those through. I'll go through these 10 and then it's time to turn the heat up. All right. So Dollskin, You'll Come Down, Get Low, Mr. Love, Away, So Long Lovey Eyes, Nothing to Cry About, Broke Down Stupid, When I Die, and Backslider. I'm going to put the heat on you, Jenny.
Uh-oh.
What's the number one with a bullet?
Shit. Come back to me.
Okay.
I don't want to sit here and give you dead air.
All right, Jody. What's the number one with a bullet?
From that list.
You cannot miss.
Well, and keeping in mind that this isn't the version I picked, but if we were taking the original release of Backslider, I'd have gone with that.
Same.
The acoustic is not.
It's not number
white.
one.
It isn't a representation of their sound as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
It is a good representation of their acoustic, but it isn't a good representation of the band.
Right.
So I'm going to go with You'll Come Down.
Ooh. I like that. How you feel, Jenny?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm down with that.
The only other one I was looking at is So Long Lovey Eyes, just because it's track 1.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at that one too. But I think the fact that we didn't all have that one as a unanimous pick, I think kind of says something.
Yeah.
I was kind of looking at Dollskin, but I think it's a little bit too like slow and
jangly.
Yeah, I don't know that it would be the first one because I think, as a matter of fact, I think that's the last one on Hell Below. So I mean, that's not really a great way to start out listening to them.
I would have, if I hadn't have picked that one, I would have gone with Dollskin. So
okay,
here we go. All right, well, we'll go with You'll Come Down. I think we all agree on that.
Yeah.
All right, so You'll Come Down is the number 1 with a bullet. With the rest of it is Dollskin, Get Low, Mr. Love, Away, So Long Lovey Eyes, Nothing to Cry About, Broke Down Stupid, When I Die, and Backslider. And I do have to agree that if we pulled the Rubberneck version of Backslider, that's number 1 with a bullet. Yeah. But representation matters here. We needed something from Heretics. So
Fredo, come at me.
He's not going to listen to this.
Not only come at me, but come at me.
Fredo, if you are listening to this, I know he's not. If you are listening to this, I love you dearly, my friend. Hey,
Hi.
But do you know where you can listen to this? I'm not sure if you all knew this.
Where?
Patreon.com/oh hi Justin.
Oh my goodness.
That is where I listen to it.
Hey, look at that.
Because I'm a patron.
You get it a full 3 days before the rest of the world, don't you?
Sometimes I get it sooner than that because I edit it.
Yes.
Because we're extra pretentious.
By the way, whenever Justin mentions, oh man, I think the audio is probably garbage here, just know that I automatically upload it and send it to Jody.
So the garbage that you're hearing is not the garbage that got recorded.
Yeah, imagine what it sounded like before Jody got it. Garbage. I'm like, all right, I can't put that out. But patreon.com/oh hi Justin, $1 a month, you get this garbage in your ear holes 3 full days before the rest of the world. How about that? But you also get plenty of other podcasts. I'm putting out a lot of podcast content. Also included, soon to be, the Super Secret Podcast Project, Jennie. Actually, we may get some recorded tonight as well. Depends how you're feeling, right? You seem like you're doing better than earlier.
I'm just, shoving all my anxiety down into my butt.
Oh.
Sitting on it.
You know what?
Fine.
Maybe you can put some cheese curls in your trash hole.
I mean, I've never tried that, but I'm willing to do anything at least once, maybe twice, just to make sure.
Oh, I got to tell you, Toadies. Learn them and love. Whoa, wait! Before we do that,
don't do that yet.
We need to talk about So let's see, ELO. Actually, both of you, I think.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Which will probably be coming up after, because I
need to start studying.
Well, I haven't started studying either because I just started studying for Wu-Tang and Megadeth next week, and I've been studying for this and Coheed. I'm gonna try to start bunching recordings. So I don't know. That won't matter to you.
Look at you being proactive.
I need to because, the thing I talked about on the Oh Hi Justin pod, which you can hear, patreon.com/oh hi Justin. How about that? You can hear all those things right in your ear holes. All right. Enough of this tomfoolery. Let's get on out of here. Toadies, learn and love 'em, people. We'll see you next week. Bye.